Hello everyone, my name is Woody Holloway and I'm in a class called EDM 310 at the University of South Alabama. I have a class project which is that I have to teach someone something today. This is my son Jared. I'm going to be teaching him how to check the oil in his vehicle. Jared has only had the truck about a month. He's never had to do anything to it at this point, so since he'll need to be taking responsibility for the maintenance and upkeep of the car, I felt this was a father-son teaching moment. So what I'm going to do is basically, we'll just take it from the top. First thing, son, you're going to need this cloth, or you can use a paper towel or anything of that sort. Next thing I need you to do is I need you to go inside of your vehicle and pop the hood of the truck. Open up the hood. Now the next thing you need to do is you need to locate the oil dipstick, and it's critical that you get the right stick because there's two of them in here. If you bring the camera forward, let me show you the one that you don't need to get. Well, this is the transmission stick and this is the oil stick. So you'll know the oil stick goes into the engine and the transmission stick goes around underneath the engine into the transmission or the transmission pan. So what I'd like for you to do at this point is I want you to reach and get the oil dipstick. I want you to take it, hold it horizontally, and I want you to take the end that's farthest from your hand and lay it on the cloth. Now what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to look down on the end, and you'll notice that there are measurements here, and these units are measurements in quarts. What you do and what you're looking for is you want to see at what point the dampness is on the dry stick. And if you find the dampness mark and look down on the stick, you'll see there's a mark there, and it'll tell you how much oil is in the car. Now if it's a half quart empty, we're not going to worry about it. Only when it gets about a quart and a half low is when we'll put oil in it, because it's my understanding that if a vehicle, if you overfill the vehicle with oil, it'll just make it use more oil than it was before in the beginning. So, but what I'd like you to do is I want you to first wipe the stick clean, because you had the vehicle running when you came in here, and the oil is probably slinging all up on the sides of the engine. We're letting it settle to the bottom of the engine oil pan so we can get us a brand new measurement. Now that you've dried that dipstick off, I want you to put it back in the hole. Drive it all the way down to the bottom as far as you can. Let it sit there for a minute. Now pull it back out. Hold it the same way you did in the beginning, and now you should have a new fresh mark, and it should tell you where we are. And where does it say? We're at what? We're right even. It's not low, it's not high, it's right on the mark. So now we know that we don't have to add anything, we don't have any problems. The oil looks clean, there's no dirt, it's nice and clear, so everything looks fine. Had you pulled it out and it was really dirty and gritty and filthy, then we probably need to get an oil change. But as it stands right now, the oil is nice and brown, well, really light brown color, which is fine, which means everything's okay. Now that you've checked the oil and everything's okay, you want to run it back down into the hole again. Make sure you put it in nice and snug, because we don't want it slinging in the oil. Okay, now that you've done that, just do a visual check of the engine to make sure you don't see any visual problems with it. And then if you don't see anything wrong, which I don't, then you can shut your hood down. And with that, you've done your first oil check. Thank you all for being with us. Have a nice day.